Hey guys, what's up? This is Matt here on Just for Fun. This deck is Black-White Eldrazi. It's a mid-rangey kind of deck. It's pretty close to competitive on the spectrum of things. It's more close to the competitive side than the casual side. It does need a few little tweaks. There are some things you could do to make it better for competitive modern. However, I think it's pretty decent. It is in fact cursed, and you'll see in the matches that I consistently get 2 land hands with this deck every time, and you can see on my screen that it's a 25 land deck, so consistently getting 2 land hands is kind of bullshit. So I don't expect that to be everybody's experience, but it was mine. So how the deck works is basically you're using Eldrazi Temple and Eye of Ugin to get out quick Blight Herder or Oblivion Sower. Now, the processing abilities of these are enabled by Relic of Progenitus. You also have Wasteland Strangers for value removal that work really well with relics. So basically what you want to be doing is turn 1, have them discard something or path something and use relic, discard relic in order to get them to have a card in exile. And getting cards in exile, which by the way also works with Banishing Light, which is kind of cute, allows you to enable your processors, your Strangler, Herder, Sower. So the Herder is just an amazing card when you can cast it on turn 3 or turn 4, whatever, and just put 7 power and 8 toughness on the board spread across different bodies, or use the tokens to ramp out other things. It's just very versatile. It blocks. It's a great card in this format. Sower, I love this card in Standard. I love this card altogether. This card, I wanted to get them since they came out, but I didn't want to make the investment. Let me tell you, this is a card to pick up. It's going to be good for a while. It has a really unique effect. The Herder and the Sower, very interesting that the ability is resolved on casting. Same with Desolation Twin. So even if those cards are countered, you still get the like ETB effect of it. So the processing still works. So you still get tokens, you still get your ramp, and you still get a 10/10 in the case of Desolation Twin. So excellent cards. And the rest of the shell is basically a black-white sort of mid-rangey shell. Path is great because it's removal that also enables those processors. Thoughtseize and Inquisition are always good. Ghostfire Blade I threw there as a fun of because it works with all the Eldrazi and the tokens. Just another good removal spell here. Banishing Light, like I said, works with the exiling, and it's a good answer to non-creatures. Lingering Souls is sort of your your primary use for this is to stall until you can get your other stuff online. Your secondary use for this is backup win condition. So it sort of serves double duty in the deck. It's obviously good against 1-for-1 removal spells, and it's just it's a great card all around. You got to be careful with this. As you'll see in the videos, I punt numerous times and exile my relic with Lingering Souls in the yard, so don't do that because that's stupid. Strangler is a great removal spell. It's like Bolt and a 3/2. Works pretty crazy with Eye of Ugin. Casting this for 1 is very powerful feeling. Blight Herder and Sower we talked about. All Is Dust serves as a fantastic board clear, which Eye of Ugin and Eldrazi Temple both work with All Is Dust because it's tribal, so it does count as an Eldrazi, and it's an excellent wrath effect. Your Eye of Ugin and your other stuff also enables you to cast big fatties such as Old Ulamog and Desolation Twin. which can also be searched up with the Eye of Ugin. And, you know, if you need to go over the top of someone, if you're in a long game, that's going to help you out in a long game scenario. Sideboard, Rest in Peace obviously goes really well in the deck. You know, you do kind of want to get rid of your Lingering Souls if you're going to play that, but or just be judicious about it. Stony Silence, you want to board out your relics if you're going to play this, I guess. Maybe you board out all your relics and put in Rest in Peace and Stony Silence, but Stony Silence shuts down a lot of decks. Leyline shuts down a lot of decks. Blackmail is just additional discard, which also hits lands, by the way, which I like about this card. I think people don't understand that this card is modern legal. It's a really, really good card. Like, if you can't, and it's cheap too. Like, if you can't afford Thoughtseize for your decks, play this instead. At least you might not get the exact card you want, but you'll get something. And you can, as a byproduct, you can sometimes mana screw your opponent with this card. It's great. And we've got Drown in Sorrow and Languish as additional board clears against aggro decks. So in theory, the deck works really well. Some changes I would consider are getting rid of Go for the Throat for some other exiling removal, like maybe Journey to Nowhere or something like that. Ghost Quarter constantly disappointed me. I'd rather it have been colored mana the whole time, like Marsh Flats or whatever. The point of this, I guess, is that you can Ghost Quarter your opponent's lands and then exile them with relics, so then when you hit your Oblivion Sower, there's more lands to ramp you. But it's such a minute effect that I think the detriment to your mana, you know, maybe playing more Caves is probably better, something like that. You know, Ghostfire doesn't have to be there. That's just a one of. The original list I saw had 2 of the new Ulamog, which is probably better. Twin is just there because as a filler, not really necessary. And again, you know, I might even consider playing a card like Drown in Sorrow, or even like getting rid of relics and playing Rest in Peace main. You know, but that kind of disrupts your plan with Lingering Souls, which is a lot of the reason you're playing white in the deck. So a lot of little, you know, fine tweaks you could do, which makes it a good long-term deck because you could adjust it pretty well by metagame. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the videos. I'm kind of salty in the videos because I keep I can't tell you again, when I was not recording, matches went amazing, and when I was recording I had rotten luck, and it just makes me all mad. So I hope you can get past that. Enjoy it anyway. Peace, love, have a good one.